What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a special guest with me. Special guest to me for a reason, because this man sitting right next to me here was the first guy to take a bet on me when I started my coaching journey, guys. It has been a long road, but I'm going to let Nathan introduce himself and just tell him a little bit about yourself. Like, yeah, Nathan, tell everyone who you are and what you do and kind of how we connected.
Yeah, man. Well, hey guys, I'm Nathan. So yeah, a little bit about me is I was just working my normal 9 to 5 kind of job. I'd been training for, quite consistently for the years leading up to meeting Phil, but I was running into a bit of roadblocks and feeling a bit stagnant in terms of life in general, not just fitness and all that. So yeah, man. When I found you, I was kind of in a pivot point kind of thing, so trying to figure out what my next step should be, and yes, I was working at the time, working on my fitness, but I was looking for the next step in life of how I should push myself moving forward.
And that's the thing, like when you're at work as well, like when you're trying to push yourself forward and stuff like that, was anyone else, what's the setup like when because you're obviously in an office environment, what's the setup like? Do people want to be better there? Do they want to push themselves? Like, what's the vibe like when you decided to do this,
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think that's one of the limiting factors that was holding me back quite a bit is, you're working in an office environment, everyone is stuck in their little pigeonhole kind of life of turning up every single day, just doing the work kind of thing. So there was no one around me that was looking to improve themselves outside of even just work in terms of fitness or goals outside of work, relationships, all those kinds of things. So it was hard to kind of get that energy off other people. I was just relying on myself and a few close friends around me that were trying to do a little bit of the same mission in life, not just worried about your career, but trying to build something on the side, trying to improve your fitness and all these things. So environment was definitely a big factor holding me back.
Hey, get this right. At the same time, bro, guys, no one has taken a bet on me at this time, guys. I got that much energy to give. Like, I want to help people. You know what I'm saying? At this time, I've literally just gone through the motions. I'm training. I'm in the same environment. Like, no one around me. I'm in the construction environment. No one is telling me that this is possible. No one is looking that they're going to obviously level up their fitness, their nutrition, or whatever. There's none of that shit. Like, people just getting sausage rolls. They're drinking cans of V, like, for breakfast or whatever. Like, I'm trying to be better, and I know that I've got something that I can help people with, for the most part. But no one took a bet on me. Nath is the first person that has taken a bet on me. Now, looking at him, he's got a great base to begin with. He didn't have to cut weight and stuff like that, like, for the most part, but he needed to tone up, You needed to tone up, and you needed to get good belief and like self-discipline and all those kind of systems. Now, what did you think that you needed to improve on? How do we get to, how do we start?
I think the main thing was just pushing myself further. Like, I was decently consistent in terms of going to the gym. Like, it wasn't a chore for me at all. I'd built it into my lifestyle where I was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week without question kind of thing. But I was definitely there was a lack of intensity with the training was for the most part, but also my nutrition as well. Like, I was just trying to eat healthy, but I didn't know what I was eating, if I was eating enough protein, if I was on the right calories. So I built up the strength and the muscle behind me, but I was, I had that layer of fat on top of me that was hiding all that progress. So I think that was the few things that I had to knock out of the way to get started.
You're a few little tweaks, fellas. Maybe you're listening to this now and you're like, I don't know where to start, what's healthy, whatever. Like, it's literally a process of removal. It's not about adding stuff, it's about taking away stuff. Like, Nath was just indulging in a bit of processed foods and things that people say are healthy are not really healthy. They're super high caloric foods. They're actually not the best for you. It's kind of what mainstream media tells you that he's healthy and all this kind of stuff. Like, and we just changed a few of his habits, a few things that he ate, and he was a few simple tweaks away. Now, when you figured this out, right, like, how long, because I know that for a lot of people that are watching this right now, the hardest part is to actually go, all right, I need to change. And like, you might think about changing for about 2 years, taking that first step, that'll take years to change. But once you make the decision, like, I'm telling you guys that Nath has been, he implements stuff, gets out of his own way, takes advice board, he's prepared to change, and he just implements stuff. How long did it take you from when you go, look, I don't like this, sucks, like, I need to change? Like, how long did that take you?
It took a good few months. Like, I was in my own lane, and I was going through my own kind of personal dramas and stuff, and I realized I needed to make a change for myself.
Yep.
And so once I'd kind of changed my location as well, and I was looking for a new gym and all those kinds of things. So once I'd started working with you, almost immediately I was changing things, changing habits, and implementing the advice that you were giving to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, within a few months.
Yeah. No, it's sweet. So it took you a few months to do it, and then once you made the decision, that was it. And what made you decide to go with me? Other than that, I'm a legend, and that I'm ridiculously awesome at just fucking absolutely everything. Yeah, like what?
Yeah, not to mention like a little too handsome as well. So it was interesting. I think I'd seen you first through YouTube, and I was looking through like the finance, crypto, and all that kind of stuff, and I'd seen a couple of your videos there. And I was actually changing my location. I was moving into the city, and I was looking for a new gym. And I actually saw you training at the gym, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. I started training there, joined up with a membership and all that kind of stuff. And
then we just connected, that was it. At the gym.
I saw you in passing. I realized like you're tall as fucking person. Like there's not many people, over
5'3", with 5'4", like energy.
Exactly. I met you in person. Like you were genuinely a nice person before I'd talk to you, and that's how I kind of connected.
Yeah, and Nath makes me feel short. Nath's taller than me like by a good couple inches, guys. So, but yeah, it was super frictionless like that. We ended up happening to train at the same gym, so it was an absolute no-brainer. Sometimes you need the barrier for entry and like the way that things are just supposed to happen, guys. From when you think about it, if it's the right thing to do, and like it just seems natural. Like we ended up just talking, good energy. Then we like connected at the gym or whatever, and it just flowed. So. That was like, for the most part, that from when we connected, we ended up just going for it, guys. Sometimes with the right answer, like just don't overthink whatever and just get to action. Whatever your conscience is telling you to like go for, just get around it and get out of your own way. Exactly what Nath was doing. And so in this process, we needed to fix stuff and we needed to tighten things up. We just spoke about macros. We spoke about how to eat correctly, have a good relationship with food, have a good mindset with food. How important is it, do you think, like nutrition and the way that you feel about yourself, your energy, the way you feel, like everything, like is that the cornerstone to everything once you fix food?
Yeah, for sure. I think nutrition is actually the biggest factor that's holding people's back, like their progress. Everyone can kind of go to the gym, but to reveal that work and really improve upon that work, it all comes down to nutrition, the food that you're putting in your body. So I think once I changed that, I started to see results. It's like all my 6-7 years of backlog of gym workouts and progress that I was making, it was finally being revealed. The strength was coming through, the cuts were coming through, and so I was feeling a lot better about myself. My confidence was going up, and it was a good snowball effect.
And that's the thing, guys. You either pay for it on the front end or the back end. I'm big on just buying good quality foods for the most part. And if you're asking yourself, how do you eat and how do we eat? It's actually very simple, guys. We don't snack all the time. We don't eat processed foods. We drink plenty of water and we eat whole foods for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We keep all the other shit to a minimum and we just have a good, positive self-talk when we're dieting, which is only correct nutrition. You're just eating correctly. It's not that you're on a diet. It's just that you're eating correctly. You're not eating junk food. So once we removed all that, Nath saw, I'm telling you, that the changes that started happening and clicking like in short amounts of time was crazy. Now, once you figured out the nutrition and you got all this belief and you were feeling better, like you just weren't, your stomach wasn't aggravated, like your skin's clearing up, you're doing all that, you got a better energy about you. What else did we need to, like, then once you got disciplined in that, like, we started talking about other things and we started implementing other things which are it's actually just as important. What were those things, like socials and stuff?
Yeah, no.
What was your relationship?
Yeah, no, it's a really good question, and I think like one thing just leads to another. Like once I had my nutrition and fitness on track, and you kind of give me some really good advice around weekends as well. Like you can't be slacking on the weekends. You need to think about it as every single day you need to be putting in the work. And once I had gotten consistent with that and I was working to that level, I realized I had like all this extra energy, all this extra time. I had all this like power behind me. It's like, what else am I doing now? So yeah, then I started moving on to how can I provide value in the same way you were doing to me? How can I pass that on? How can I teach other people and create something for myself in that way? So I started, very, very small, but I started posting on Instagram and then eventually TikTok and YouTube, and I was putting out, just value out there, showing that I was putting in the work, waking up early, what workouts I was doing, different education in terms of that. And yeah, it was like just one thing led to another.
And this is the thing, guys, that you need to understand. Nath never, ever, ever posted. I think you had one post on your... Was it one or two?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. I
Like,
think it's something in
nothing, guys. So if you're thinking, I can't do this, right? But think about how you found me, bro. And think about if you're following Nath, which we're going to link Nath down the bottom here. He's super, super active, guys. Definitely worth following, giving heaps of value, right? But straight away, like, have a think about it. Like, think about all your limiting beliefs. Like, how did you get over it? Like, this is, like, yeah, we just want to know how you first started. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, and it's really funny because I was so anti-social media for a time. I think it's a big joke amongst my friend groups that my Facebook profile has been there since I was 17, 18 years old. Just that one photo that's been there, 26 years old now. So, I was very anti all those things, and I just didn't feel like I should be putting myself out there. I was worried about being judged. You know, you've got such high standards, especially on social media, and it's hard to compare yourself in that way. But you're on your own track, and if people see you putting in the work, getting your own results, that speaks for itself. It shows value there.
Tell you what, it's in the name. It's called social media. It's called scroll and doom scroll media. It's like, be social on it. Like, the world's a good place. This is how we connect it, guys. This is the importance of making content. You, like I said, you might be watching me, whatever. How did you find me? It's, I picked up the camera. I decided to be social, to be positive, and to give out some value, guys. So if you've gone through some stuff, get out of your own head. No one cares the way that you think that they are. You start posting. You think that everyone's going to judge you or whatever. And what actually happened when you started posting? Not many people said anything. Like, the world kept.
Yeah, the world kept spinning, and to be honest, like, the people that really cared about me, they were in my corner 100%. And the people that, you know, I could tell were judging me secretly in the background, like, I don't care about those people anyway. I wouldn't trade places with those people. So, you know, it was all about staying in my own lane, doing what was right for me. So, you know, sleeping right at night. You know, knowing that I'm putting in the work and doing what I believe in. And yeah, the people that supported me, they supported me the whole way through.
There you go. And now what just started off as fitness, right? Ended up starting working in social. Now it's just getting out there and working on a multitude of things, guys. I can't stress enough. We don't want to be so next level in one area, right? Like so skewed in like the fitness or the eating part, or we're just doing social media, or you're just working on money. It's not all about that. It's about a holistic approach. This is the way that I coach guys, and this is how you should be. Like, you don't want to just be good at this or whatever. You don't want to be deficient at anything. We are supposed to, as men, be as competent in every single field as possible, like straight up, yeah? Now, since this has happened, how do you live now? Like tell us your setup. Like, have you changed all? Are you still obviously living at the same place? Have you changed the way that you live, you go out, the way that you look at food? Because you've obviously got a girlfriend, so like, you know, how do you work all that in? Like, with all the changes, is she on board and stuff? Or?
Yeah. So it's a complete change in my routine. Like, I have a set structure in terms of when I'm waking up, and you know, reading, going to the gym. All these things are like checked off every single day. I'm on top of my eating, fitness. It's all things that are happening in the background of my mind. Like, I barely have to think about it now. It's just running on autopilot, knowing the things that I have to check off. And now I have this extra time and motivation and through that discipline to do and expand into other things. So that's where it's working on the social media, my own coaching and all those kinds of things. So, yeah.
So you'd say that like you're accountable now. You're more accountable to people around you and stuff like that. Since you started posting, is that what's changed?
Yeah.
Now people obviously, because we're going to get into this, guys, as sooner or later, but it's good to have accountability, not just to me, because I've got accountability to Nath. See, this whole model of you putting your best foot forward, coaching and helping other people and opening your mouth and saying you're going to do things, is that you need to follow through. Like, in saying that now, what's happened now? Now you've started passing it on. Like, the whole thing is that you sort out information, we got in touch, and now you're passing it on. Is that kind of what you're doing now? You started to coach?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, through the different tips and advice you've given me, and I've integrated into my own life, now I've created my own structure of how I like to do things and how I want to teach people. So now I'm able to pass that on and teach other people the methods that I'm using, the different advice that you've passed on to me as well. And so I can give a holistic approach of my own to people.
Do you know how much that makes me peak? Because like, I just started doing this. I'm like, I don't even know if it's valuable. I know being in shape, eating healthy, being the best tip, like I said, having life experiences, traveling and stuff that you see me doing all the time, fellas. You know, I know that that's valuable to experience life, not just to exist, but to actually live. I know it's valuable, and then you can teach people, and it's just a great feeling, and like, I feel super blessed. But this is the thing, there's channels to do it. What sort of channels are you, how are you getting, how are you helping people? Like, what do you do? Do you do it through through like IG, TikTok? Like what are your channels? Like, how do you get your information out there?
Yeah, mainly at the moment I'm just posting my content and advice through Instagram, TikTok, and I've just started getting on YouTube, which is something you've pushed me to do as well. One of the biggest things holding me back was definitely my communication, being able to speak on camera and all that kind of thing. So yeah, pushing out my information and coaching and education through those platforms, just giving advice every day, showing I'm putting in the work. I'm not do as I say, not as I do, whatever that saying is. But yeah, so those are the main platforms that I'm using.
And that's the thing, it's the accountability. And we'll know, I know if you miss. I know that if I don't see that coffee machine going on at 5:30, 6 a.m, I know he's missing, you know what I mean? And it's good to have that, guys, you know? And there are no negatives, there are no downsides to content creation. So if you're sitting on the fence, it will only add to you. It'll make you better in every single way because you have to turn up, you have to be accountable. Just like how I'm accountable to you guys, you know? So in saying that, like, what's possible? What are your plans for the future now, bro? What are you up to? Like, talk to me. Where are we at?
Yeah, at the moment, I just want to keep improving not only upon myself but my coaching and the information that I'm able to give to people. I want to keep proving to not only myself but the people that are looking to me that I'm staying on track and getting better, not just staying the same. Continue to post on social media, keep improving in that aspect, and just keep getting better day by day.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're just gonna get amongst it, and maybe go get a coffee. But that was it, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys. Maybe you're in a stage of your life where you want to get into, you want to be better. You want to take it to the next level. Just demand more from yourself. Be better, and like just try and get in better shape, get more money, try and build better network or whatever. If you're focusing on health, wealth, and relationships and taking it to the next level, I think like 100% you're going to be busier. You're not going to be doing all the degenerate stuff. You're not going to be wasting your time, money. You're going to actually hang out with better people. There are no downsides to this. Now, I've actually been working on something like this in Bali. I'm going to drop a link below. It's a school community, right? It's a short course, and I literally go from A to Z exactly how I do this. I give them all my best information over there, everything. 65 videos, 5 interviews. Nate's a part of it. You'll see Nate in there. And if you guys ever want to get in contact with Nate and touch base with him, I'm going to drop all his handles down in link below. And yeah, I'll chat to you soon anyway. Cheers, bro. Legend. Ciao.